and welcome to The Hindu. I am Priyali Prakash and you're watching Tipping Point, our weekly show on climate news. Our main story this week is on the climate resilient nature of foxnuts. The 2025 Union Budget, presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on February 1st, promises a huge push to the foxnut or makhana industry in India. Foxnuts, also called gorgon nuts, are the seeds of the Uriel ferox plant. Foxnuts have high nutritional value and are known to thrive in difficult conditions, which makes them a promising crop even as the climate worsens. These nuts mostly grow in water bodies like ponds and lakes and therefore require minimal irrigation. This also removes land use competition for growing the makhana crop, although as its popularity increases, this factor is bound to change. We spoke to Dr. S.N. Jha, Deputy Director General at the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, who has been researching foxnuts for more than 3 decades. According to Dr. Jha, if foxnuts get enough water to grow, they can grow without anything else.
Gorgon nut is required a lot of water for growing. Nothing else. If you don't have any input, even then it can be grown. It is a crop which are having characteristic that around 20% seeds are left over in the pond or the field itself. That germinate next year, and if it's somewhere it is less, then people transplant in between. So less input, high cost, but now we have technology. Without much water in the pond, we can cultivate in the field also, normal field, which are little bit deeper, low land, you can say low land, and we can have 1 feet, 1.5 feet, 2 feet water, there it can be grown. And it can be grown twice even. Once it can be transplanted in September, and one it can be transplanted in November, December, and then you can have 2 crops also, probably.
However, this does not mean that the crop is not at all affected by other climatic factors. Temperature, humidity, etc. affect the foxnut yield like they do for all other crops. Here's Dr. Jha explaining how such parameters affect the yield of this crop.
Is having temperature, humidity effect is there on the yield and the growth of the plant. If the humidity is very low, temperature is very high, usually in May and April. In nowadays, it is very dry season. And it is very dry season and it is very hot season. So growth of plant is very less in this time. So we suggest that you should have planted it in November so that all the vegetative growth, everything should have been before the April. And May, it will be maturing the fruits. And then in the end of June, early crop, we can start harvesting. Usually July, August, people start harvesting, so we can harvest it. So not much effect. Similarly, if heavy rains, heavy water, floods are expected, particularly in the Bihar area. So those things are good actually. Once flood comes in June, July, then there are a lot of water bodies. In that water bodies, you grow this. If a storms comes, lot of wheat, rice gets scattered in the field. But it is since on the water surface, so very negligible effect of those storms are on them. The soil type is required to be very fertile, which are shown loamy type, and where we can have a very good muds, and particularly in the Gangetic belt is very good. Nowadays, we are also experimenting in Telangana, Chhattisgarh, because a lot of demand have come. So we want to increase the area of production. Already in Bihar has almost doubled the area, but only Bihar may not be able to do it. So whole India, wherever we will get the good climate, there we will be doing.
This is also substantiated by a research paper published in the International Journal of Current Microbiology and Applied Sciences in 2018. A field trial conducted at the Indian Council of Agricultural Research found that high temperature and reduced humidity produced smaller foxnuts and the leaves of the plant. According to this study, foxnuts thrive best when the air temperature is between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 50 to 90%, and annual rainfall is 100 to 250 centimeters. Despite the factors that make fox nuts mostly climate resilient, research is needed to foolproof the crop against extreme events that can lead to damage.
Earlier, what was happening that by hand, people were making the makhana from seed, and there was no storage facility. And the seeds of the makhana were being kept in the water, underwater. That started germinating in November. Once germination of water during storage is started, you cannot pop it. It goes wasted. And since climate change is there, so many times you feel in the November, even in October temperature is more, so starting germinating the seed early. So a lot of wastage will be there. So now we have the technology that we can store the seeds. It will never germinate, and we can pop it. We can make the makhana lava or pop. April, May, there is no time bound. 3 months to 6 months, we can extend the life of the seed. So all those parameters, we can say climate resilient technology we have developed, varieties are also there.
In this year's budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced that a makhana board will be set up in Bihar with the goal to improve production, processing and marketing of fox nuts. A budget of 100 crore rupees has been allocated for the same. We'll now look at a few other climate headlines of the past week. The India Meteorological Department has issued multiple warnings over the past few days related to heat waves in large parts of the country, mainly northwest India. The weather agency predicted higher than normal maximum temperatures over parts of Rajasthan and Gujarat until April 18, and also hot and humid conditions over parts of Karnataka, Goa, Tamil Nadu, etc. Delhi NCR has been experiencing a rise in both minimum and maximum temperatures over the last few days. Telangana has declared heat waves, sunstrokes, and sunburns as state-specific disasters and has also increased the financial aid provided to families of heatwave victims from Rs 50,000 to 4 lakhs. We covered unusually early heatwaves in India in a previous episode of Tipping Point. 63 countries, including India, voted in favor of the world's first ever global carbon tax on the shipping industry. The decision was taken at the UN International Maritime Organization's meeting in London on April 11, but it will come into force only in 2027 once ratified. The new greenhouse gas pricing mechanism will require high-emitting ships to pay for the excess pollution they cause. At the same time, vessels with zero or near zero emissions will be eligible for financial rewards. China was hit by rare high-speed cold winds and sandstorms over the weekend, which also caused snowfall and hailstorm in some areas. For the first time in a decade, Beijing introduced its second highest gale alert over the weekend. Hundreds of flights were cancelled, and some parts of the country recorded their most powerful winds in more than 75 years. While high winds and sandstorms that generate in Mongolia and hit China in spring are not new, we know that such events have been made worse by climate change. That's all from this week's episode of Tipping Point. For more in-depth climate coverage and analysis, please subscribe to The Hindu.